Welcome back, everyone, as we are here for our final game of the day between Kent State and RMU. Both of them picking up wins earlier today against Slippery Rock and comeback wins in their third games.
Just a reminder to everyone at home, the first one is that make sure if you see a clip that you like, make sure to click that highlight button and that clip button, and then that way you can save it and then send it in the chat so that we can use it later. The second thing is make sure you guys hit that little heart underneath this video, and that will allow you to follow us and get notifications for when we go live. That would be especially useful for when we go live tonight with our Division I men's club hockey, who's going against Duquesne tonight, and it will be their senior night.
Yeah, we got 5 seniors going on in this game tonight, featuring Kevin Mackey, Christian Pellegrino, Cam Smith, Austin LaPiana, and Brendan Harbison. This is their final regular season game. It might not their final at home. We might be hosting a playoff game as well, so we'll have to see what happens. But now back to the action here for RMU as they're going to do a little handshake here to get things ready to go. We're doing a fist bump up here ourselves, get ourselves excited. A little energy moving around up here, get a little shimmy, get myself in the groove here.
Let me just roll my eyes into the back of my head. Oh my goodness.
Feel some heat. Dive, duck, dick, dive, and dodge. As we're going to send number 2, Courtney, back here. I think he's going to start with the serve for RMU.
Gazdick is just having a party out there by himself.
Yeah, he's been bopping. He's full of energy. I saw him do a cartwheel after their win earlier today, so.
I want one of them to do a flip. That would make me really happy. 7 looks like he's sending out codes to use.
2 with the serve. 5 sends it way out for number 1. He sends it back. 15, Courtney sends it up. And tough break there for them. Number 6 blocks it and says, no thank you, I don't want that. And it goes back down into his arms as Kent State picks up the first point. Back with the serve. Courtney sets it. 15 out of bounds.
It was a beautiful spike, though, if only it was still inbounds.
Yeah, but beautiful work there by Handwork.
I think it just barely got out.
Hoot with the serve. Courtney with the set. Save. 5 sends it over. Gastic. Courtney. Hard work. And 4 tries to send it over and just can't get it to go. That was McCohen trying to get it over there. RMU picks up their first point in this game.
Just barely missing that.
Number 15, Handwork, back for the serve. Put those hands to work with this serve.
Beautiful serve.
Set by 1. 6 sends it over. 45 blocks it. 7 sends it back. Handwork. Courtney. 23 with a hit. 6 with a nice dive for it. 7 sends it over. Gazdick, Courtney. And a nice spike attempt there by Catanzaro, and he just can't get it over right into the net. Kent State takes a 3-1 lead. They've been looking good so far on Kent State's side. RMU also looking good, just having some trouble finishing. As number 4, McCohen up for the serve. Handwork. Courtney sends it back to Handwork. Handwork just can't get it over. It's another point for Kent State as they are now up to 4-1.
That 3-point lead. Let's hope RMU doesn't get discouraged by that.
We've seen a lot of leads in these games today, and we've seen a lot of leads broken.
We have, especially in that Kent State versus Slippery Rock game where they really pulled it back with a 6-point lead.
It was an 8-point lead.
8-point lead.
Gazdick handles it there and sends it back and out. And that is now 5 points for Kent State as it once again goes back to McCohen for another serve. Doing a little basketball dribble and spin. Gets it ready for the serve, and he sends her up to Gazdick. Congier, 45 sends it over. Set by 1. And another mean spike by Montanari. We saw him playing hot in their last game against Slippery Rock, and he seems to be keeping that heat going.
Let's try to send some good juju towards RMU's way. So if you're in the chat, just throw in a let's go RMU.
For Cowan with the serve. Off to Handwork. Off of Courtney. And tough break by Higgins.
Higgins looking at his hand, wondering what went wrong. Timeout, RMU.
RMU needs a good timeout here as they are down 7-1. They just went on an absolute burner. They have cranked it up to 11, and RMU is struggling catching up here. It is like watching a race between a rabbit and a turtle right now. But you know what they always say? Slow and steady wins the race, and RMU is only down 6. So they could definitely come back and win this.
And even if they lose this one, they still have the second one. So they could always tie it back up for the sets.
Exactly. The team that's won the first match in all of these games today has not gotten the win. So maybe it could be good luck if Kent State comes away with the win here and RMU just wins back-to-back.
That would be quite the spectacle.
Send Kent State packing.
That would mean that RMU's won both of their games then.
Yes, it would be a good day for them, a sweep. Something I don't think they've had. And McCown, his luck just about ran out on that as he sends it right out of bounds. RMU finally getting back on the board here, down 2-7.
McCown substituting with someone to come in.
McCown substituted. Kokenauer is in the back for RMU serving. Sends it over to 21, 5 running for it. 21's going to send it back over into the net. Tough break.
Yeah, but Libero's looking at it again, just hoping not to send it that high again.
Yeah, that was a tough break by Miozzi. Definitely had the good hit there, just a little too high. Kokenauer sends it over. Miozzi, Montanaro. Miozzi sends it back, and they're going to call that in. He hit the line.
And Miozzi was allowed to hit that because he didn't have 2 consecutive shots. So he hit it, then another player hit it, and then he was able to hit it again.
Number 6 for Kent State. Horan back to serve. Tough break by Higgins. Couldn't get it high enough. And Swiderski tried to save it, just couldn't get there and back into the net. And it is now 9-3. Kent State. 6 with the serve. Out of bounds. Gazdick just dips. Speaking of dips right there, Gazdick taking the dip and letting that go past him, and that is a point for RMU.
You know, even with that big lead, that still got to hurt to just close that gap just even a little bit.
Yeah, it's their second consecutive serve where they've ended out of bounds instead of just giving up points on the match.
Beautiful block by 23 and 6.
And a tough break there for number 18, Jennings, as he just flings it back. 10-4 Kent State. And Montanaro is back for the serve. Courtney sets it up. Higgins with a nice hit. Off the hands of 10-1 and back and forth and into the net, and that is a point for RMU, who is now at 5. Who's going back to serve? They're discussing. Higgins will take it. Higgins going out. Right now, RMU's got Higgins, Gazdick, Handwork, Courtney. Ooh, that was a close one there. As
not the best serve we've seen today.
Yeah, Swiderski almost got a header right there. Usually only see that in soccer, but gotta watch out here in volleyball. Changing sports sometimes. Courtney sets it. Handwork. Too much heat. Out. That's another point for Kent State.
I would say that's a spicy mustard moment. It's a little bit too much
yeah. A little bit of spicy brown mustard there. I'm not a spicy mustard guy. I'm more of a sweet honey mustard kind of fella. That's a tough break for Higgins. As Miozzi is doing the old wash-on, wash-off method, and he is building up points here for them. Set by Courtney. Handwork. Off to Miozzi. Off to 18. Off to Courtney. Handwork, light tap over. Back to Handwork. Back to Courtney.
Just missed it.
Swazorski
No.
off to Higgins, off to Handwork, back to Missouri. And a tough break as they just couldn't meet in the middle for that.
A little miscommunication right there between the libero and Higgins right there.
Tough break by Higgins and Gazdick. Back to Missouri. Or Miozzi, I'm sorry. Back for the serve.
Maybe
off
he
of Higgins.
lives in Missouri.
Miozzi from Missouri. That'd be a pretty goofy name right there. Number 5. Nice block by RMU. Handwork into the net. As they now take a commanding 15-5 lead. Miozzi has been serving great for Kent State here.
I think this is the biggest lead we've seen so
This
far.
is indeed the biggest lead. It's the only double-digit lead we've seen today. Courtney's going to send it over. Miozzi, Montanaro, and a block by Handwork and Swazorski. And that is going to put RMU back on the board here. Or no.
No, it's still Kent's ball.
That is my mistake. I thought that was RMU. Miozzi back again. Courtney, Higgins, Montanaro. 6 sending it over. Nice work by Higgins on the spin move. 7 with the set. 5 sends it over after Gazdick. Courtney back to Handwork. Off of Miozzi. Set by 7. Miozzi sends it over. Set by Higgins. Set by Courtney. And number 4, McCowan comes in with the block and spikes it back down.
Number 2, Cameron Courtney really feeling the heat here, having to substitute in.
They are putting the pressure on RMU right now. Ice, baby. RMU is pretty cold right now, and it is just a backyard blitz right now for Kent State as they have having no problem scoring, giving up a point here and there. But when you score 3 and 4 at a clip before you give up 1, there's not much you can do about that when you're RMU. This game could be just about a wash as it's 17-5.
Maybe that's what RMU should do, is just take it a little bit easier, let themselves recover, and then really go in it for the next one.
Well, if I was RMU, I'd keep pushing here, but if they can't come back and win this one, this will be a great watch for them to see if they can pick up anything here in this game as their star, Miozzi, Kent State's, comes right back out for the serve. Out there in his golden jersey. Sets up the serve. 18.
That's just a miscommunication right there on RMU's end.
It looked like Handwork was going to come in and get it. And then he thought Gazdick was going to get it. And Courtney came running in to save it as he noticed the miscommunication between the two guys. They slap hands there. Understand it was on both their faults there. Miozzi back for the serve.
Switching in number 5, Damon Nelson, the defensive strategist of the team.
See if Nelson can get something going here. As Nelson comes in with a touch right off the bat. And a tough break by Courtney as he just mishandles it.
And that's what happens as you keep going. That sweat starts to build up on your palms, and you just can't do the same thing you could.
You can tell he's killing himself right now thinking about that. He shake that off. Miozzi, come on. And a tough break once again by RMU as Nelson sends it back. It is now 20-5. It ain't over yet. I haven't heard the fat lady sing, so they could still come back. Down 15. Miozzi sending it. Gazdick out to Courtney. Swazorski sends it over. Montanari sends it up. A block by Handwork as it is now 6-20. Handwork putting in the hard work for that one.
And RMU knows that they just need to play the mental game right now in order to get back into it. It's not the physical thing. They just know that they need to be more mentally ready for this.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been done before, so I wouldn't count them out.
I think if they can make Kent State just lose a little bit of their footing, then it'll be great.
I think they were going to say Swazorski was in whenever he hit that. Didn't hit it quick enough, and that is a point that you don't want to give up to Kent State as it is now 21-6. Number 5, Monagold for the serve.
What a rocket.
Gazdick couldn't handle it. sends it back into the bleachers. It is now 22-6.
And you know they got to be in pain catching those spikes coming in at full force right on their forearms.
Oh, yeah. That's got a sting. Monagold for the serve. He sends it way high. Higgins to Courtney. To Handwork. To Montanaro. To 6. Higgins sends it up. Courtney sends it up. Handwork sends it back down to Montanaro. Miozzi sends it over. Higgins. Set by Courtney. Higgins is coming for it. Sends it back. Montanaro sends it up. Over by 4. Gazdick. Courtney. Higgins. And right into the net. Tough break. What a great volley on both sides. Works out in Kent State's favor in the end. But you've got to love the hard work RMU puts in for these points. 5 with the serve. Higgins sends it up. Courtney sets it back to Higgins. And it is out on Higgins. And this will be game point here. This is 24-6. Number 5. Monagold with the serve. Off to Gazdick. Courtney sets it. Handwork sends it over. To 5. Montanaro sends it up. Handwork sends it over. And a great save by RMU there. The crowd is loving that one. As they thought it was over, Kent State thought they had that one in the bag, and RMU said, no, 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 I think not. Take it off the net and send it back off to the side.
It really would be truly and utterly defeating for Kent State if RMU were to bring it back with match point.
Oh, if RMU were to bring it back with match point, I'd have to eat my shoe. I'd cook up my boot right here, and they give up another point.
You may have to soon with the way this is going right now.
My tasty leather boots, that would be a shame to have to ruin these things. I just bought them. Courtney back here for the serve once again. He's sending it out, and it goes out, and that will be the dagger in this first game as RMU drops 25-8.
And I guess you don't have to eat your shoe now, too.
I guess I don't have to eat my boot. No, I do not. And we will take a brief intermission before the next game, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
Welcome back to our RMU versus Kent State volleyball game. Right now, Kent State had the first win of the set, and RMU is looking to tie it up to 1-1.
RMU had a tough opening game there, going down 25-8. Let's see if they can bring it back here as the serve goes off for 5. Off a handwork, set up by Courtney.
Touching the net, and that'll get you the point right there.
That's a tough one right there. Number 5 coming back again, Monagold for the serve. That was a tough break by Courtney. Monagold with the serve here. Set by Higgins. Set by Courtney.
Sends a rocket every time, though, whenever he serves.
Catanzaro is not afraid to slap that as his hand may tingle a little bit from that hit, and it went right into the net. Yeah, you're right. Monagold is bringing some heat here. Off like a cannon off of Courtney, and they just can't get to it. And Monagold is starting out with 3-0 for Kent State on these serves.
And that was an ace too, right? Or is it if no one hits it?
Pretty sure if it's no one hits it, it's an ace. And that is out of bounds. RMU on the board, 1-3 here. See if they can get back into it. Handwork. Back to serve.
Handwork's got a strong arm here.
Bringing it up, and he sends it down. Montanaro up for the serve.
Kokener trying to block it and just couldn't get it.
No luck, and it is 4-1 Kent State. Number 1, Case up to serve. Off a handwork, up to Courtney. Higgins with the hit. Monagold.
Beautiful block.
Missouri. And another excellent send back by McCohen as they are now up 5-1. They are just playing lights out right now, and RMU is not wearing their night vision goggles.
We still have a point, okay? So maybe it's daylight out. And there you go. Don't even need the night vision goggles.
You don't need the night vision goggles whenever you've got the spider sense that Higgins does. So, you got Gokenauer back there for the serve for RMU. Miozzi, number 6, and they can't get to it. It's another point for Kent State, up 6-1 with a send back by Horan, as they're going to send number 4, McCowan back.
Right now it's 6-2 Kent State. It is now 7-2 Kent State.
(7-2) here as they roll the ball back to McCowan of Kent State, beating up the ball, getting ready to send it back. He throws it up for the serve. Off the net, off the hand. Swazorski gets it in. Absolutely beautiful. RMU's still got some fight in them here. It is only 3-7, so they can definitely come back on this as they send 5 back to serve. That is Nelson. Miozzi to 1. Montanero. Montanero punches it. Montanero sends it back over.
That double hit will get you every time. Or touching the net.
I'm going to say, I think that was a carry or a lift. Nelson back with the serve again. Miozzi off of 1. 6.
Beautiful block.
Gazdick. Courtney up. Higgins right into the face of Montanero, and RMU is at 5. 5-7. Nelson with the serve. RMU fighting back into this. And number 1 can't seem to send it over. Case. RMU is back within 1.
And number 1 is the captain of Kent State, and he is Caleb Kaiser. And he is the setter, so he determines where the ball should go and who should be hitting it.
It looked like to be all Kent State in this game, and RMU has come roaring back into this, and they are looking pretty good right now.
As you can tell, the energy is high. The student section is buzzing.
Yeah, down there with foam fingers waving around, trying to get the fans into this. They are hoping for an RMU win, and they could really have it, as it has been close. Outside of that tough first game to Kent State, RMU has looked great today. Nelson back out for the serve. Let's see if they can keep this point streak going here and tie it up. As Nelson's off for the serve. Off to Miozzi. Up by Kaiser. Montanero sends it over. Missouri. Montanero. 10 sends it over. Higgins set by Courtney. Back to Higgins. Higgins sends it over to Miozzi. Kaiser. 6 sends it back. And Handwork can't chase it down from the hit by Nelson.
And that'll make the score 8-6.
8-6.
Kent State.
Number 6, Horan
Only
coming back.
2-point lead, which is they're already doing better than they were in the last set.
Moran with the serve, and it goes right out, and it is now 7-8. A quick answer back there as they send it out. Nice gimme point there for RMU. Higgins back to serve. Higgins getting warmed up here. And he's going to serve it. Off a 6. Kaiser. 10 pokes it over. Gazdick. Courtney with the set. Handwork sends it over. 6 with the set. 7 with the set. 10 sends it over. Higgins. Courtney. Gazdick sends it.
Almost a miscommunication there by RMU.
And it was barely in, number 7. Pretty close to almost a miscommunication. Handwork able to send it over, though. Save them that.
Number 5, Damon Nelson, really diving for that, trying to keep that in.
Yeah, they are not afraid to put their body on the line for this right now, as they know But this is a game that they can win, and it is close, and they need to win. Courtney with the set. Handwork sends it over. Juanazero with the set. Off to 2. And that is out, and that is a point for RMU, and it is 8-9. They are getting fired up down there. Nelson's screaming about it. He knows it. They can feel it. And so can the fans. Number 6 back to serve. Swiderski back for the serve. Sends it. And that is out. 10-8.
All it takes is one wrong hit, and all of a sudden you're sending it out of bounds.
1 point means everything in a game like this. Miosi back for the serve. Higgins. Higgins with the mishandle off of his thumb, he says. And it is 11-8.
RMU's looking a little bit more positive than they were in the last set.
Miosi with the serve. Higgins. Courtney with the set. Handwork. Back to 6. 7 with the set. And it is out of bounds. Hit out of bounds by Monagold. And that is a point RMU. And they are going to send Courtney back for the serve. As RMU has Courtney, Handwork, Higgins, Catanzaro, Gazdick, and Gokenauer out on the court. Higgins tries to make the dive for it and just can't get there.
You know you have to. If you don't go for it, it's just a lost point at that point.
Yeah, point for point. I mean, you got to try and get there, and you got to put in the work. And if you don't even try, then it's pointless. 5 for the serve. Higgins sends it up. Courtney throws it over, and it's going to be out. 13-9. Still very close. Number 5 with the serve here, Monagold. Monagold's going to send it over, and that's out.
Monagold sending it out of bounds.
Put a little bit of too much sugar on that one. A little too sweet. I like my coffee black, so I'm going to send that one out. We got Handwork back here. 2 with the set. 4 sends it over.
Beautiful
Courtney
set.
with the set. Higgins. 7 with the set. 3. Gazdick. Courtney.
A little bit of confusion.
And they're going to claim there was an RMU player in the net, and they did not like that one. Not a fan of that call. 1 with the serve. Handwork. Courtney. Higgins gets it blocked back onto his head. And it is now 15-10. Kent State.
Higgins is doing a lot for the team right now. He plays the outside role, and he is just trying his best to get those spikes over.
Miosi. Kaiser. And that is out. Number 3 hitting it out. Gian Gardelli. Gian Gardella hitting it out.
William Kochner with the serve coming up.
And it is 16-11 here. And a nice miss there, as RMU now has 12 points coming back in this.
16-12, 15-12, Kent State.
Another point for RMU.
And they are really trying to come back right now. RMU's hoping that they can keep it. Will with another beautiful serve.
Miosi off the Kaiser. Number 5, Monagold.
Getting ready for that spike coming
Kaiser.
up right here.
Montanaro. Higgins with the block. And it goes right into the feet of Konkenauer. He can't get to it. It is now 16-13. It is close. You can feel the tension in here. It is back and forth. RMU trying to catch up with them. Number 4, back for the serve, McCowan. Or McCowan.
Taking his time here to find the perfect way to serve.
And that is out. Must not have been too much of a perfect way to serve because he sent it right out of there. He's got his own little method he does. Couple dribbles, couple hand rolls, and then he lets her rip. And that time he might have done one hand roll too many. You got Nelson in here for the serve for RMU. Miozzi up to Kaiser. Montanaro. And a tough break for Nelson as he dove down to get it, slided down onto his old cheeks there and just couldn't make the save. You got number 6 here for the serve. Warren. Swazorski. Gazdick. Miozzi. Kaiser. Off the knee of Nelson. And it is now 17-14. You got 6 back for the serve again. Haran sends it. Gazdick. Courtney. Higgins for the send. Miozzi. Kaiser for the send.
Block.
Off of Higgins. And they just couldn't get it back. Higgins made a great dive for it.
It's 19-14 right now with Kent State in the lead. And they're hoping to keep that lead. They only need 6 more points to win this whole game.
And he thought it was going to go out, and at the last second, Nelson thought maybe I should try and get it, and not much you could do there. It is 20-14. Gazdick.
Beautiful
Courtney.
set.
Higgins into the net. 21-14.
Looks like we're taking a timeout here to regroup. Right now the score is
21-14. And it is going to be a tough one here as RMU is down 7. They could still come back here. I've seen a team earlier today come back from 8. So, never say never.
RMU just got to be happy that they're not being taken out 15-5 like they were in the last set. So hopefully they can keep the positive energy going and they don't let this get too in their heads.
No, I think with that pep talk I just saw down there, I think they've got it. They got it going here. And it's going to start with this shutdown here. At this point, they're going to get this point. They're going to get back into here with number 6 for the serve. Gazdick. Set
Beautiful
by Courtney.
Set. Can't get
Higgins
that
once
dump.
again having trouble getting the right amount of oomph there.
Yeah, just missed out on that dump. Just didn't have enough pressure, and it just fell to the floor.
And they are now Kent State is now 3 points away. He sends it over. And that is out again. Off Nelson, 23-14.
Only 2 points to win this whole game. Looks like we're making a switch. And they do have to make contact with the hand in order to get in.
Catanzaro comes back in for RMU. 6 with the serve. Catanzaro with the hit. Higgins with the set. Handwork's going to send it over. 7 with the set. 6 is going to send it over. Courtney with the set. And they're going to give the point to Kent State. Kent State is 1 point away from closing this out.
Let's see RMU bring it back right here.
Gazdick. Courtney. Miozzi.
Miscommunication
And
right there.
RMU 15-24. We just saw Kent State go on a burner. Let's see RMU do one. Bring it back. They can't give up 1. They got to score 9 straight here. Miozzi 1.
This is the last
And
one.
Higgins is going to missed the send over, and that will do it, folks. 25-8 in the first one, Kent State. 25-15 in the second.
And even though RMU lost, they still won against Slippery Rock, making their win-loss 1-1 today.
Yeah, they picked up a good 1 win, 1 loss today.
And if you're not already following us on Twitch, make sure you do, because then you could get notified for our senior night game tonight.
Yeah, tonight at 8:15, the RMU Island Sports Center. RMU will be playing their final regular season home match against Duquesne. And you can catch us with volleyball. Their next home games are the 13th, starting at 11 a.m. They'll be playing IUP and Gannon. And hotly contested games here. They had good games today, and they're probably going to have good games next week as well. So.
And so we are going to go to intermission, but we will be back with an interview, hopefully. And this time, the audio should be working beautifully. So we will come back to you after this. Hello, we are back, and we do have an interview, and we do have sound. We are going to be interviewing number 15, Gage Handwork, who plays the outside hitter. So, going down to Cadeyn and Gage.
Hi everybody, I'm Cadeyn McCrory alongside Gage Handwork, number 15, who had one heck of 2 games, one against Slippery Rock and the other against Kent State. Gage, how are you feeling after that game?
The first game was pretty good. We brought a lot of intensity, and the comeback was awesome to feel. Other than that, the second game was a little hard loss. But besides that, it was a great time. Love playing with the team, and it's always a fun experience.
You talk about that first game. You went down 25-20. What was the message from the captains and the other guys on the team saying, all right, let's get back in this thing?
We have a couple guys that hang their heads, and, it takes a whole team to kind of bring that up. Other than that, it's just cooperation, realizing what mistakes we're making, and, doing better next time.
Absolutely. What got you involved into the sport of volleyball?
I started playing back in high school, and when I came to college here, I decided I'm going to keep doing it. It's one of the best sports to play.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun to watch you out there. You and the guys in front of the net absolutely handling the ball. It's awesome to see. What's going through your mind when you see someone like Courtney setting up for a spike, and what's going through your mind to try to get that ball going?
When Courtney sets up for a spike, I always get a little hype. Typically, he's the one dishing out the nice sets, but if anyone gets a spike, the whole team gets rowdy, so it's a great feeling.
Absolutely. You talk about guys like the Catanzaro brothers, who are absolutely hype men on the bench. What are some of the things you've heard them say that kind of helps you get pumped up?
They always tell us we're always in the game. We're never out. That's a great mentality for us. We do have a lot of comebacks, so it's typical for us to go down early and then relying on them to kind of get us back into it.
All right, one final question for you. What advice would you give to someone trying to get into volleyball?
Honestly, anyone can play. We had a couple people this year who started off with no experience, and if you saw out there number 5, he got put in late game and came in really clutch for us. So he's a first-year freshman, and he's doing great things for us. So my advice would be anyone can do it.
All right, Gage, I appreciate the time. Best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Back up to Emily and Jordan in the booth.
Thank you, Cadeyn, for that.
You go back on
and
Twitch.
I will hand it over to Jordan to take us out.
Yeah, we had great games today. Thank you for everyone that watched out. Later tonight at 8:15, we'll be live once again with RMU versus Duquesne for the home finale. Senior night, last home game for the 5 seniors: Kevin Mackey, Kristen Pellegrino, Cam Smith, Austin Lapiana, and Brandon Harbison. And men's volleyball will be home again on Sunday the 13th at 11 a.m., and they're going to play 2 games once again against IUP and Gannon. That'll do it for us here up at the RMU Rec Center.
And just a reminder that hockey game tonight will be Division I men's club hockey.
Division I men's club. And that'll do it for us here tonight. Hopefully we see most of you, or all of you, tonight at 8:15 for this game, either there or online watching. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.